those that are not in class.
I know.
Yes, so
It's a good point that you raised, Pastor Emma. It's a good point. Seriously. I mean, we all emanated from there, but and this is important even in human rights for you to know. That's why in human rights, we don't discriminate in people's belief. Okay? No, we're not discriminating. We're not discriminating because they are humans, right?
Right.
It's their belief, whatever they want to believe. Even if they don't want to believe anything, it's respected. It's their right. It's their right. So it's not a wrong thing for somebody to say, I don't believe in nothing. I have my own mind. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. We still love you. You are my brother. You are my sister. In other things, we can talk. But when it comes to faith based, everybody has his own practice. So we bless God this morning. We thank God again for us connecting and trusting that we will do something great. Next week, I'm doing today. We have to finish the remaining. I'm picking my remaining 30 human rights points. I think we're remaining with 10 right now, right, Mama Rose?
Yes, we are starting from 21 today, ma.
Pastor Dr. Nobu, do you have the up to date?
No, I'm looking. No.
You missed last class, the last class. Okay, I will send you the video. I thought I did. Oh my God. I thought I did. How about you, Mega? Do you have it?
Yes, ma'am.
You have the last class?
I do have it.
You have 21 points?
20, ma.
20.
Did I send you the video?
It was forwarded to the
classroom.
To the forum? Can you help me find it so that Pastor Nobu can have it?
You check.
Yeah,
please. So that because we want to round up today, right, my mama? And then we have to go for we have to go for the disability, and then we will go into human trafficking. Might take 2 weeks in the human trafficking because it's very important, and it's so big. It's really big. UN is really cracking on that.
Hello, sorry, Dr. Brooke, I'm not cutting
Yes,
you
my
off.
dear.
Everybody keeps saying that 2020. We went on to 21. We did the right to take part in the 21, the right to take part in the government, right?
A short course in democracy, 21.
Yeah, 21.
We stopped in 20, Brother Emmanuel, not 21.
Oh.
That's what I wrote down. Right for public assembly.
Right for public. Oh yeah. Sorry, I did my own. I did my own thing on those. Yeah. Sorry.
What?
No. Sorry.
Sleeping.
It was a side note. I remember. I forget that. When you asked us to go and read, I went ahead and did also and continued to read the other rest of the other articles. So I put it like. So yeah, I already read it my own self, and yeah. So sorry, I will mute my mic, so don't bother anyone.
That's fine. That's wonderful. All right. Oh my God, I can't see anything here. Ew. Excuse me. All right. So we are doing 21. Hmm? 21, right?
Yeah,
Oh, Pastor Meg, are you still looking for?
I was trying to check on it. I haven't found it, but I'm sure after the class, I will forward it to him.
No, to her, to Dr.
To her.
Nobles.
And if I don't find it, I'm sure Takum can have it.
I
Or Mama.
will get it as well. Okay, that's fine. Mm. All right, 21. Lord, you are so good. Blessed be your name. Lord, you are so good. Blessed be your name. In heaven, in all the earth. Oh Lord, you will forever. Okay. Francis. 21. So for those of you that have article, the last past 10 one, can you just do a recap? Someone can give 2, the other one give 2, the other one give 2, so that or 3. So Pastor Noble can have that as well to know it, and then we proceed. Maybe Mama Rose, are you home? I hope you are not on the road.
Hello.
Yes, Pastor Emma, please.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry that nobody's answering you. Yes, we can do that. I don't know if you want us to do like right now or by reading.
Yes, now, just so that before we proceed to the next point. Yes, please. Thank you. I appreciate.
Well, last time, I'm gonna start with Article 14 that we started last time, and I'm gonna do Article 14, 15, and 16. Yeah, 16. So the Article 14, the right to seek and enjoy asylum from persecution. The right of asylum is an ancient juridical concept under which people persecuted by their own rules might be protected by another sovereign authority. So that's what the article is, you know.
Can you explain?
So it just means that if we have been fighting by our own country, we can actually ask to be, to be protected by a different countries, under a different countries.
Do anyone have argument on that or something to add?
So just to say that if we have been fighting if we are being treated badly in another, in our own country, we have the right to run away to another country to be safe.
I have a question.
Yes, please go ahead.
Now, it says that if we're treated badly in our own country, we have the right to go to another country.
We have the right to run away to another country to be safe,
For example,
for example.
Okay, what's an example?
And for an example, if, for instance, if I decided I am no longer safe in this country, America, everything is going bad, and my well-being are being threatened, I have the right, on the human right, I have the right to go, to run away and maybe go to New Zealand and ask for an asylum there just because to be, to be safe. But also it doesn't
Okay.
mean that it can be approved, but I have that right under the human right.
Okay.
so
I also have a
many of
question.
the people you see here, they come when you hear that word asylum, Dr. Noble. These are people that most of time asylum are people who come to seek for refugee because their country has a problem.
Oh.
If you never knew that, know that today. I know most of you guys, America doesn't know that. All you guys know is green card, green card. Most of those that comes here, for me, for one, I came as an asylee because my country had a problem. And when you come like that, you cannot go back until the country that you have run into, like the United States, you will, they will give you now that permission, but now you will be under their custody, no longer your country, because you came to seek for refuge. So they cannot look for your trouble anymore in your own hometown back. That is why most times those that are on asylum, if you have not gotten your green card, or if you have not gotten your re-ACTA document to prove that you cannot go, an asylee should not be traveling back and forth, then they will not let you enter back. Most of the time, those people do take risks. Like those that are in Cameroon, they want to go to Cameroon, then they'll go through Nigeria, then they go through the high sea, because you cannot go through the plane. You pass through security and it will show. There is no way you can enter back, except otherwise you lost somebody. Then the American government, talking on the behalf of American government, the immigration will give you a document, except that it's very rare if you have not yet be officially legalized or go through the asylum and be approved that you have been granted asylum. And Pastor Mark said something, that it doesn't mean that when you run to those countries, it will totally be granted. That's very correct. That is why you hear that some people tell you, I have work permits. I have work permits. So you file in, you write your story, you get your lawyer, and then they bring you before the judge, and then it's a procedure, it's a whole process. And then you defend why this, and it has to go alongside with the story you have said. And it's not, you're not answering questions at that time by looking at those papers. No. The questioning you know that they were doing this, they were doing this to me. So you must know that, and your dates might be accurate. So if you have an incident in your country, maybe you lost an uncle or a mother or somebody that is so dear and you have to be there, it's still a process. They'll give you documents and then you go. That's the only time you can go home through the plane and then come back under the supervision, the jurisdiction of the United States. But you just jump and enter the plane, you're not entering back. Because you already you've told lies. You said you are running away from your country. Now you are running away from your country, and then how are you going back there and you want us to help you? America can do the same, like the example that Pastor Emma gave. You can now, let's say something happened in the United States, God forbid. We are running now to England. Just like what transpired in Ukraine. They are coming here now. We have a lot of Ukrainians who are here. They are seeking asylum. That's what it means. Most of the time is when there is civil upheaval in the nation that people run for their life. So those for asylum and those with green cards are totally different. And America, most of the places, they know, bring your green card. No, it's not like that. I fought with the lawyer that I had for Peggy. Peggy came as an asylee. When you are a mother and you have your children, they automatically come if they are below 18. You file for them. And this woman here was giving her time. Oh, no, she has to. I said, stop it. Stop. And let this child, when she was 4 years old, this child doesn't even know what is happening. You're just trying to go and put her to God. Still what? What do you want her to say? I got asylum. I got green card. I got citizenship. She just needs to walk on the bed of rosary. Why are you making things difficult? So most of you guys in the US know green card. Like everybody that comes here green card. No. And I say this most of the time. Those that come here with green card don't have problem. They come in the pedestal of gold. Any person that came here and seek asylum, you respect them in America. It's not a joke. Respect them. It's two different things. All right. So.
Did you just say
when Pastor Emma, I need to finish this thing today.
All right, 15, the right to nationality. We all have the right to belong to a country, nationality, and stateless, stateless people. Nationality, it is because citizenship, it's a legal status. Nationality, on the other hand, denote where an individual has been born or hold a citizenship with his state. So that's the Article 15, right to nationality. So, and it was also mentioned that it has come to the knowledge that about 10 million people are stateless globally. So. And we went ahead and explained what is a stateless individual. A stateless person, it's someone who under national law does not enjoy citizenship. The legal, a stateless person is someone who under national law does not enjoy citizenship. The legal bound between the government and the individual and an individual is what explains a stateless country. So, yep. All right.
Okay.
That's good. Somebody has to continue.
From 16, marriage and family.
Yes, please.
According to what we wrote in the classroom, every grown-up person have the right to marry and have his or her own family if they want to. Men or woman have the same right when they want to marry or if they want to separate. And if you want, I can add to it some in situation in the international also there's a limitation when it comes to marriage right. I think let me not add my own. Let me just leave it the way it is in the classroom. Then number 17, the right to your own things. So you have the right to own your own things or share them. Right to property. Nobody can take your own house without a good reason. That's 17. Should I continue with 18? Or should someone else take over?
Just read it to the end so we can move forward.
Okay, freedom to thought and believe. Freedom of religion or belief. We all have the right to believe what we want to believe, and to have religion or to change if you want. Then number 19, freedom of expression.
Opinion and expression.
We have the right to talk. We have the right to freedom or opinion. We also have the right to make up our own mind, or to think, or what we like to say, what with other people, and what we want to share. And article number 20, the right of public assembly or association. We all have the right to meet our friends.
Is that 20? Is that 20?
19.
That's what we wrote.
20 is freedom of assembly.
19 was freedom of. Yeah.
19 is freedom of opinion and expression.
Yes. Then the
20 is freedom of assembly and association.
What is 20 again?
20 is freedom of assembly and association.
Association.
Association. To associate.
We all have the right to meet.
20 is the right to public assembly. We did that already. Remember, we are going to 21 today.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you so much for sharing, Rose and Pastor Emma. Appreciate so much. So we should move forward to 21. It's good to see you, Elijah, in the house.
Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma.
So 21. I need to finish this today. The right to democracy.
Okay.
The right to democracy. Do anyone have a clue on that? Right? The right to democracy. Yeah, can you share?
Oh, just a minute, ma'am. The right to democracy is
It is the right to take the government of his country directly through freely chosen representative. That means through elections. Everyone has the right of equal access to public service in his country.
The right to democracy is simply saying that when you are in a country, you have the right to enjoy the benefit, to vote, and to do everything. Everyone grown up should be allowed to choose their own leaders. That's in other words, when they talk about it's about voting. But the question I want to ask, if as an immigrant in a country, because when you look at right number article 15 that we read earlier, does it give you the permission to enjoy this right of article 21 when you are not officially leader?
no, ma'am.
No answer is wrong. That's people's opinion. What do you think?
No, man, you have the right. I don't have the right because you don't know the leader you want to vote for. Like, for example, if I just seek a nationality, a Nigeria nationality, and then I'm not a Nigerian right yet. So I don't have legal right to vote because I'm not a Nigerian
Nationality. That's your opinion, and I think I agree with that. At that time, you can't, even though it's right. Do anyone has anything to argue or to add or to say no?
Here in Sweden, if you are not 18 yet, you don't have the right to vote. So it means that you cannot don't have any opinion when it comes to election. And if you're an asylum seeker, you don't have the right to vote either until you have they grant you a permanent resident citizenship. As long as you're an asylum seeker, even if you have a working permit or you have a permanent resident permit, you are not allowed to vote. It's the day you got your citizenship, that's the day you can vote.
Very correct. So, what you say is almost the same what my today's Thursday. Mega said. Yeah, you cannot vote in a generalized understanding. In America, it's the same. You are an asylee, you are not voting until you get permanent resident. Then you can vote, which implies that you are part of them now in that country. Very correct. So, the right to democracy, for those that are writing, you can write, we all have the right to take part in the government of our country. We all have the right to take part in the government of our country. Every grown-up should be allowed to choose their own leaders. And that's the point that Minister Rose was talking. You have to be 18 above. Every grown-up should be allowed to choose their own leaders. Twenty-two.
Okay.
There's a hand up. Yes.
Yes, Ma. I wanted to point out also that, like what the point that is it Prophet Mega gave. You may know you being an illegal citizen, being an illegal person in that country. You may know the person in question that wants to be voted, but because you are illegal, I don't think you have the right to vote.
Correct. That's the same thing that Mama Rose covered. You cannot vote if you are not legal in that country. Now, if you don't have your permanent resident, even in Ghana, even in Nigeria, even in Cameroon, you see in Cameroon, most of the Nigerians that are there. I remember when I was maybe from 3, from 4. They'll be coming to look and running after the Nigerian brothers who don't have permits. And they do the same in Nigeria as well, running after the Cameroonians. Yes, you cannot vote. Thank you guys so much for that contribution. You can't. Mega, are you still talking on that aspect?
I have a question, Dr. Brooks.
Yes. Go ahead. Network. All right. Maybe we'll get back. Yes.
Sorry, I was asking, if you have a nationality of a country and you find yourself in a prison, can you vote? Can prisoners vote? Do they have the right to vote?
That's a good one. Mama Rose, do they vote in your country?
Sorry, no. If you are a prisoner, it means that you are not a good citizen. It means that you cannot contribute anything good to the society, so you don't have the right to.
Mega, the reason why I asked Mama Rose to answer, because she deals with that, okay? And you should understand, when they talk about vote, prison is already a defect for you. It's already bad morals. You lost certain privileges when you go to prison. Even though the prison in Europe and America are it's even better than some of the homes that people have in Africa. Like they're just encouraging more crimes. People voluntarily cause crime during winter time when they don't have a home. Did you know that? In America, yeah. So they can go them there. They don't beat you. Maybe it's not like the prison back home.
Okay.
You have a bed. They take you out. You go brush teeth. You and me, who is paying insurance? You don't even have a dentist. You eat. They treat you like continue to do what you are doing. It's nice. But it's just that you cannot enjoy certain other type of privilege. That voting is not working. Okay. Pastor Nanje.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, your hand is up.
Being a prisoner already limits your freedom. It's the
word prison means you are prison.
Yes, you are in prison.
It limits you.
So you don't have the right. You don't have the right.
There's of being the actual business. Being a prisoner, it limits you. You are a prisoner, you are limited. Thank you all for sharing. That is very interesting. Article 22, social security.
Dr. Bruce.
I
want to be the devil advocate. This right, this question also, we can also look at it like it's also kind of like go against the other right, because even you're in prison, it doesn't mean that you're not a human being.
But by law, you can come.
But now, yeah, okay. If you put law on it, okay, I just shut up.
But it has to be now. Right. Did I not give you guys five political people? You don't just answer because you want because we are human. Remember that fighting we drew, Pastor Man? We have the civil, we have the political, right? Then we have the economical, we have the cultural, and then we have the social. Remember those things. I will ask you guys in your desk. All right?
All right.
Yeah. Because what's the point you want to raise? Everybody will say, but I'm a human being. I need to vote. By law. Sit down. You make yourself at this time. Law is holding you. Now law is one. And still again as much as you have right. But the law does not permit you. Just like the law does not permit someone who is not legal, right? You see the balance. The person did do not, but he's not officially a citizen, so there's no point. Is that okay?
It's all right.
Okay. Let's move to the next. I love you guys for contribution. I'm very happy. Very happy. Article 22. Social security. This one, we don't too much have it in Africa, but I mean, it's coming slowly. Social security. It's a right. Social security. We all have the right to affordable housing, medicine, education, and childcare.
The third block is too fast.
No, Mama. I was just reading. We all have the right to affordable housing, medicine, education, childcare, enough money to live on, and medical help if we are ill or old. The question, you will write, Mommy. The question is, do we really enjoy that? Go ahead, Dr. Mabus. Do we really enjoy that? No. Very good. That answer is no. We don't. But it's a right here. Right. This one is not even bound with law. But if you look at it to an extent, they will tell you that the social security that you get now in like those of us in the US, and I know maybe in Europe as well, it's you must have worked and kept the money. That is what
Hallelujah.
being deducted from your salary when you were young until because you become old. Like you see, you walk on the street, you see a lot of these people holding the placard, they are begging for money. Some of them, they are even retired veterans who have fought for the country. But you'll be asking questions, but why? Why are they not having a home? It's their right. They fought for the country. It's their right. You have a lot of them. You have a lot of them. So how can we justify that as human rights advocates? Human rights advocates.
Dr. Brooks.
What I can
Yes.
say about that,
Yes.
Mama Rose, please go on, please.
Okay. Dr. Brooks, can I talk?
Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please.
You see, I live in a country where people abuse this paragraph. And I feel so sad and depressed, if I have to be very honest with you. And I have my own company. For me to be able to be eligible to have social security here, I pay 29% of my income back to the state so that I can be a beneficiary of that social security.
Social security, that's what I said earlier.
But
Yes.
the Swedish government does not want people to suffer. They decided that no, if you don't have a job, if you don't have anything, you will still also have the right to have money for your rent, for food, for your clothes, for your this. That's why in Sweden we have what we call social welfare services.
They do yet.
And a lot of Nigerians now are moving down from Spain, from Italy, from to come and take advantage of that. Me, that is working, giving my 29% to the Swedish government. What they gain every month, I don't have that.
Until you become the age
So
of
they are
retirement.
abusing the system. Yeah, they are abusing it. A lot of, and you see my people from my own state, they will say, it's my right to, this one is missing. The money for my newspaper, the money for my this, the money for my telephone, the money for my that. They earn more money in getting free money from the state than you who is having a salary.
That is why I said you have said it well. What you guys do in Sweden, we have here in the US. In the US, all those that are in the prison is those who pay social security from their taxes. They are the ones taking care of them. And they live more better. That's why you heard me saying they even have a dentist. You don't have. Some of you who are out don't have. So if you look at the right sometimes, you are asking question, what is CV here? So those that are fine, they work for those that are committing crime and those that don't have, and they make them. It's not only in Sweden, they do it here the same. They give them. We have social. They give them. We have social services. And the social security, like you rightly said, and I said earlier, it's your money that you work now. They are cutting it. They are cutting it. Until when now you I don't know the age. You are not up 65 years. In America, I think it's 65. Then except you have health challenge. What did you say, Pastor now?
59 and a half.
Okay, good. 59 and a half. So except you have health challenge that you cannot walk anymore, then that one now is another one. Then they start paying.
That's one disability.
So what do you have to say, Mama Rose?
No, sorry, ma. Sorry.
Okay.
No.
So let's rise. We all have Pastor Mega, I'll come back to you and Pastor Noble. We all have the right to affordable housing.
Amen.
Medicine, education, and childcare. Enough money to live on and medical help if we are ill or old. If
What's
we
the last
are
thing?
ill or old. I'll read it again.
Enough money to do what?
I'll read it
Observation.
again.
Dr. Brooke, the last part, we couldn't hear you.
Yes, Papa, I will read again.
Please, an
We
observation.
all have the right to affordable housing, medicine, education, childcare, and enough money to live on. Enough money to live on. And medical help if we are ill or old. Now, on that medical help, is what they call here Medicaid and Medicaid. Pastor Nobu, what do you have to say on that?
Yes, they do offer. You have the right to go to social services, go down to the disability office and apply. And even if you're rejected, they tell you you have a right to an appeal.
Yes.
And then they'll make a decision whether they're going to give it to you or how much they're going to give you. But they do have this available in America. A lot of the housing for low income is Section 8.
Yeah.
Whether you pay zero rent, whether you pay $30 a month, $100 a month, they go by your income. The medicine, if you get sick and you have a prescription and you can't afford it, the pharmacy will give you maybe so many pills. Some of them have now these little discount cards they give.
Yes.
Where you get a certain percentage, but you'll walk out with some meds. Child care the same way. They give you the child care. Again, you have to apply. It depends on how much you make, how much income coming in the household. They usually want the income of everybody in the household, particularly the working people. Well, for the working ones. They want to know how many children. And then, they'll let you know how much of that they'll pay, or if they'll pay all of that.
Awesome. Thank you for explaining. Now you see there is really a discrimination. I don't want to use our discrimination, but who cares about that in Africa?
Oh, Africa.
You will suffer until you die. But this is a right that's supposed to work to everyone. I was saying that maybe when we have to meet with the United Nations, some of these things one needs to discuss, because the people in Africa don't get this benefit, but you're telling them about human rights. But they're not enjoying it. There are mothers that go to the hospital, even in some government hospitals. They don't still attend to them. I'm talking of people who are of age. And they do take taxes in those countries. And the people don't benefit. When will this end in Africa continent? It's a wake up. It's a wake up. Yes, Mega. Yes, Mega.
Thank you, Dr. Brooks. In Cameroon, if you are a civil servant or you are just a citizen and you are having a health challenge and you go to a hospital, there's an amount of deposit they ask you even before they give you a pill of medicine. And you don't have that amount of money, you might die and they put you in the mortuary and the hospital continue functioning. So human right in Africa, in this aspect, it seems it never crossed the borders. It's just the other way. It's not down here.
Human right never crossed the border in general.
Not in Africa, yeah, anyway.
It's not in Africa in general.
No, but if you look at it to an extent, if you guys look at it to an extent, Pastor Emma, so these other people benefit. I mean, they in the third world don't even benefit nothing. Look at the prisons. Yeah, children put to bed back home. When you give the first child, when you were in school, you give birth to the first child. They will tell you go next time to man. Nobody is beating you. They will leave you will suffer very well with your child and your pregnancy and your enjoyment. What besides you, the guy is not even there. Next time, you yourself will advise yourself very well not to go close to no man. But in America, throwing baby shower is like wonders. Heaven has come down. It's okay. So what do you expect those child to do? You don't tell the child that it was an error. There is childcare. There is baby shower. There is this. Now you ask me, should we throw the child by human right or by religious belief? No. But there's no discipline. There is nothing to say what to do. What you did was not good, but it doesn't matter. In Africa, they will be hard on you because the reason why they are so hard is because of the system and how the parents struggle. If a father has 4 children or 6, you now go to school, it's manageable that you went now and add another mouth. And then the man who pregnant is not even there. I mean, as much as yes, we know there is God. You cannot clap your hand like that and say, thank you, Jesus, this is where now. No. So it is a lot that needs to be balanced. It's a lot.
Dr. Bruce, is Africa going to ever go out of this ignorance?
Yes, it will. If people like you and me and the rest that are here, something is about to happen. I don't know if I posted that on the forum, but let me see what this pastor was saying. It's because we are selfish. Those of us that are here have not made up our mind to say when you kill my black brother, you're not coming to get my gold. Now you see, I deal with commodities. People are going over those sites. Where is the gold coming? Where is the oil coming? Where is the tires coming? All those raw materials are coming over there. The phone that you are using, even over there. The plane that they are flying over there, cobalt. This mineral cobalt. I don't know if you know it. It's a big demand. Cobalt, copper. Come on. But until Africa start to make up its mind and become unity themselves, then there will be no solution. Look, I mean, we don't want to go into politics right now, but whatever this may be. But I believe that change will come if certain. Go ahead. Sorry, Mama Rose. Sorry, I'm sorry.
If you dear, I have been in a situation where things I was saying and I was forced to voice out to my mind. I was almost assassinated here in Sweden 3 times. And one of them cost me say that because my ex-husband said, leave that job or else I divorce you. And I've been doing the same job for 30 years. Where do I go? And they told me, you talk too much. Your mouth too wide. So how do you now cope with a situation where you feel that you know what is right and you want to change things, Believe me, I've been doing this asylum and migration case for since 94. Most of people said they're from Cameroon here. I know Cameroon in my brain more than every one of them, because I meet at least one Cameroonian, at least 2 or 3, 4 in a week with different asylum reasons, from Ghana, from Nigeria, from Gambia, from Sierra Leone, from all Africa. But what do you do when you know the truth and you know you can improve things, you know you can change things, and they will send somebody to you and tell you, we know where your daughter lives, we know where your son lives, we know where you live, we know the registration number of your car, if you don't shut your mouth up. Now, how do we change things where your life is being threatened?
If I have to answer you on that question, that is why you are taking this training. When you finish, you will open your own and start training people. The only thing you can do is to educate them. There will be a time. You alone by your mouth cannot talk to them and they listen. That's why they are quoting your son, your this, we know this, we know your number plate, and we'll kill you. There is a way that you approach people like that. Okay? Look at the life of Jesus. He didn't do nothing wrong. But still, they said it's coming to change our beliefs. We know only about process. This one you are telling us that one should marry one man, one woman. It doesn't work. So what did they do? They killed him. So when they give such a threat like that, you cannot openly speak, not that you are scared, but because you know. But there will be a time that voice of yours will be heard. And it will not be only you.
Amen.
Yes, it will not be only you, because God in heaven is really seeing that even you don't say it, it is eating you up every day. And I believe you are taking before God as a prayer point. Father, they just have to be a change. I don't just understand this. And he's hearing. And guess what? He will make sure that somebody, even in the cabinet or in the high table in the presidency, will buy your idea and will be the one to pilot it, not even you. Then now he will say, there is a certain woman in such and so place. I need her to come. They bring you. And then he say, what do you want us to do? So I'm talking of, the ways of God are funny. But we have to use wisdom. Have to use wisdom. It might just pick something. It might be one of the highest judge. The highest judge. I said, no, this act is too much. It's abusing human rights. It's not healthy. There must be a change. There must be a solution. So then it will give you voice. Then it will give you the power. And then you start. If you want to start a movement with whosoever. So by yourself. They will start coming. They will come. That one is for true. And again, where you walk. But I'm not saying that you should not educate people. People need to be educated. With the massive that we educate and they know, the better for us. Understand. Because only you one who knows. You can't go and fight that. You can't go and fight that massive. No. So that is a good one. Social security. So Article 28. I mean 23.
23, man.
Eloma, an observation.
Yes.
Sorry, it's maybe out of context. You have 2 accounts on, and when you're talking, your voice is echoing, so I don't really get you properly. Dr. Brooks.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I hear you, but it echoes, and when you're talking continually, I don't hear you clearly.
I'm getting that also.
Can you hear now?
You got echo.
I hear you, the echo.
1 minute.
But we hear.
Sorry.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Wow. Still the same. Okay,
Still the same.
okay, I think it's better now.
You sure?
Well, the two accounts are on, so if one could be off, I think it would be better.
No, the reason why I have the other one on, I put it for a reason, and then the other one is completely off. It's because the one for my laptop is not working, and I have to, if I don't keep it, then I can't record for other students.
Okay.
That's the reason. For some reason, this whole nonsense has been. Let me try something here and see if I get up there, you can even continue to record. Please, God. Sorry about that. Okay, let me get off from here. Excuse me. Can you hear me? Still
I
echoing?
hear you. It still echoes. Okay.
All right. You there?
Yes, ma'am. It's better now.
Yeah, I can't hear me, you guys. That's the thing, but I just have to try. It's not only better, I've just taken off the other one. So I can't hear you guys that way, even though I have
Okay, I can still manage the situation. Just go
Oh,
on, ma'am.
that's
The other. Yes.
you have to. Okay. Article 23. Workers' rights. Workers' rights. Workers' rights. Every grown-up has the right to do a job.
Every adult.
Every grown-up has the right to do a job. When they talk of grown-up, it has to be like 17. I mean 18.
18.
Yes, please.
Mhm.
Every grown-up has to do a job.
So the company that's hiring 15, they're breaking they're breaking the laws.
What?
There are company that is hiring 15 high school.
No, yes, I will answer you that, Pastor Emma. The company that you see, they accept 15, they're not working full time.
Right.
They work highest, maybe
Yes,
5
they work
hours or even
times.
4. And they put them in a place like normally, like you can still do work study in school when they are
Right.
still in school. So there's a clause on their paycheck, and even when they applied. But when they mean grown up, is actually full 18, because we have in ShopRite, there are 15, there are 16, there are 17. And I trained a 15, I think Martha was 16 at that time. Yes, 15 going to 16. She worked only like for 4 hours. She was still in high school. And then she goes. So there's nothing wrong with that. So if you see a minor working, nothing is wrong. There is a clause by the law that they feel for them. All right.
Right.
So they get full benefit only when they are grown. So every grown up has the right to do a job,
Amen.
to a fair wage for their work, and to join a trade union. Trade union. Trade union. Every grown up has the right to do a job, to a fair wage for their work, and to join a trade union. Anyone understand trade union?
Yes, my husband's job has a union.
Correct.
Okay, they call it Teamsters.
Yes.
And they have different numbers, like it would say Teamsters 21, 40, and they will let you know whether it's in Albany or whether it's in Schenectady, and they have a lot of power. So, your employer can't just mistreat you when you're on the union.
Yes.
They can't just fire you. They can't, basically what we're doing, they can't discriminate against you so easily. And most of the time, if there is you're part of a union, they don't bother you because you have a shop. The head of the union, you have to call it the shop man. So he speaks in your behalf.
Correct, like advocate.
Right.
Awesome. Thank you for explaining, Dr. Nobles.
Yes.
So, Article 24.
Please, sorry, re-echo it again, please. The last sentence.
Huh?
The last sentence.
Oh, the last sentence.
Yes.
Every grown up has the right to do a job, to a fair wage for their work, and to join a trade union. To join a trade union.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
24. 24. The right to leisure. Okay. Oh.
The right to what now?
Leisure, leisure. Leisure time.
Leisure time.
Yeah,
Rest
leisure.
and leisure.
Really?
Enjoy
Okay.
yourself. Yeah, that's what I said. I said just the same. I said, really? Okay, then.
Not in Africa.
Huh?
I said, not in Africa, Mama.
We are coming there. That's
Yeah.
why even when I put that together, I said to myself, oh, leisure. Leisure
Dr.
time.
Brooks.
Do we know vacation?
Dr. Brooks.
Yes.
You know, in 1983, I started working with NEPA in Nigeria, and I became the representative. I was representing the trade union, Nigeria Labour Congress, and I ended up in African Labour Congress. And I was now fighting for the right of workers and women in the whole West Africa. Mama, hey, I have books to write about that experience. What I experienced, what people told me, even the ministers, president of different countries in Africa, Mama. I told Brother Emmanuel some days ago, I don't want to go back to Africa. I said, hey, I know the reason why. Mama, I know, my eye has seen so much. God have mercy.
So if we look at the right to, if you look, you have a reason, you have your good reason that you can't do it, you can't go back. Yeah. So if they say we have the right to rest and to leisure, as human, do we really even rest? Because we need it. Even without the book saying it, God himself rested. Didn't he?
Yes, ma.
God rested himself. God rested. But we have a right. But yeah, like you mentioned, in Africa, most of the time you don't. People tend to make you to be like a slave.
Yes.
You work non-stop.
Mm.
It is a right for someone to rest. If those who have babysitter in the house will ask you, you're resting, who told you to rest? Why are you resting? The dishes are
For
not
you,
washed.
hot
The clothes are
water.
this and that.
For
Why are
you.
you resting? The only time that you're resting is in your sleep. Even in your sleep, you still don't rest because your mind is working so hard that your master is coming.
They disturb you.
So true.
Mm.
You know? So the right to rest, or the right Article 24, we all have the right to rest from work, to play, and to relax. That's very simple. We have the right to rest in the place of resting, you're playing, work, and to relax. Straightforward.
Dr. Brooks, I want to say something.
Yes, please.
And when people are employed in America, most employers give them a day off with pay. Sometimes without it, but most of the corporate places give them a day off with pay. Some call it sick time, some call it personal time, but they want to give them the opportunity to refresh themselves, to rest, and a lot of them you can accumulate vacation time with pay, whether you get a week off with pay, 2 weeks off with pay, 3 weeks off with pay. It depends how many years you've been there. So now I understand this more. And they give you
yes. Now it makes sense. Because
it does. It really
because
does.
if they don't, they will be in problem.
And they give the parents what they call respite. I never understood it till now. If you have a troubled child, or a child giving you issues and they feel like it's a lot on the parent, they have what they call respite in America. They have someone watch the kids, or you can pick somebody to watch the kid. They'll pay for it. Or they'll send them to a facility, but they want you to, they'll even mandate it if they need to for you to go somewhere and relax or take a vacation. Because they said you have to take care of yourself first.
Now you know why.
I know why.
Now you know why. Article 25. Did we get that written down? Article 24, 25. Yep.
No, Mama, we are on right to adequate standard of living. It's 24, ma.
24. We all have the right to rest from work.
Yeah. Sorry. It's Sister Rose who's dreaming.
It's okay. We were discussing the right.
Oh, Dr. Brooke.
Yes.
I wanted to say something. I wanted to say something in terms of what Dr. Nanji was saying in terms of like what the company are doing for their employees. Yeah, that's what I want to say that, but the downside is because of what we're going through now, where company has a problem of hiring. So the rate of hiring have gone down. Some of the company doesn't even allow their employee to take vacation anymore because they down of people. They don't have enough men to hold on jobs. So if they can do most, they give you just maybe 1 day. And some of those days you have to take out of your own vacation. Sometimes if you don't have any vacation, that means you can't even go, or they won't even pay.
That's human rights issue.
Exactly.
Jesus. Yeah.
Okay.
But are you gonna go and tell your corporate, your boss that your human right issue? You will be at door and go and talk to your human right over there by gate. So
That's true. They will get
Okay.
offended if we did that.
That's very true.
So can we move to the next? What you guys have given, I think it's
Yes, ma'am.
very, very
25.
supportive. Very, very. Pastor Dr. Babu, your hand is up.
it's forward.
Oh, that was
Oh.
previously.
Okay. So are we ready to go to 25?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Food and shelter for all. Article 25. The right to have food and shelter for all. But now you will see, and this is why Pastor Emma was saying, it's not working only in Africa. It's not working everywhere. It's not only Africa. Because if you look at this, you think that everybody really have to enjoy, but it's really not.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right
The
to
right
adequate
to
standard
of living, if you want to coin it,
Yeah.
that everybody should have at least an adequate standard of living. But life is not like that. It's not balanced.
Yes.
That's
Because
true.
we have to be like that, then we shouldn't have people on the road there begging food.
Mhm.
And if they tell someone in Africa that you have people in America, they stand on the road with paper and say, please help, they will tell you you're lying.
Yeah, they won't.
Yeah.
I told a friend, he said, you're lying. I
They
said, no, I'm
won't
not.
believe you.
Calling you on
Never.
video. I will not take the picture because that's disformation of character, but I'll call you on video. I was driving. I said, see the man? He's there begging. Life is really not balanced. Yeah, it's human right telling us that we all have the right to have food and shelter for all. But why are some people sleeping under the bridge? How can we justify
Exactly.
that? Yes.
All over the world, even in Italy, in France, in Germany. It's even
The right
worse
here
in
says
Italy,
we all have the
in
right
Greece.
to a good life. Are we all enjoying good life?
Hmm.
And then it went ahead and said mothers and children, people who are old, unemployed, or disabled, and all people who have the right to be cared for. That's what Article 25 is saying. So, but what happened with that right? Is there not something wrong with that right?
Something's wrong.
A lot is wrong with that right. Because if you even look at it, even when they say we have all the social welfare, the frustration that they will give you before for paperwork, before they give you a dime. Oh, there's no need. You just say, you know what, I prefer to just go and sit. If I want to die, let me die.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what I wanted to say, because especially here in Cameroon, it's bizarre. If you are not in your sector, forget about it.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
We saw what happened in Nigeria. Was it 3 years ago that they gave food? I don't know if you saw it, that they went and put in one house during COVID time.
People were,
and it was like
Dr. Bros, that one is even better. Dr. Bros,
Ma?
I wanted to send this to you. I said, if I send it to you, you're going to conk me in my head. I said, thank God I'm in Sweden, you're in America. you know, why Nigerians are looking for, they took a town and took bags and stuck money and throw them away. They shred and shred. They could not shred so much. They just not decided to get bags and put tons of naira tons of naira. We're talking about trillions of naira and throw them away just for it to waste when people cannot eat and people cannot feed in Nigeria, because they wanted you to show that they don't have the old bills, they only have the new bills. So they now take all the old bills and Mama, I will send it to you.
Please.
Nigeria need deliverance. I'm sorry to say.
She keeps saying that. It's
Because
everywhere.
it's my
It's so
country. I know it well. They need deliverance. Sorry. They need
It's not
deliverance.
just Nigeria, so it's in Africa.
Yeah.
Mama Rose, it's not just in Nigeria. That's the same thing that happened in Cameroon in 2022, last year.
Yeah,
Wow.
last year it happened here in Cameroon.
Let's
Other,
do this human right. Let's go back. Let's not go to United Nations and say enough is enough. Just this school.
Not,
I'm
things like that.
telling
Not just in Africa, even here in the US.
We're going to go
You
to
guys see that what we call inflation here, where the government
United Nations.
enough,
We in this enough and say, hey,
it's the same.
Mama Rose,
God
Mama
have
Rose,
mercy.
Dr. Brooks pointed out something. She made a point where she said, the only way we can eradicate such a mentality or mindset is to educate people. So for us to go to American embassy or the embassy and tell them enough is enough, it will just be blabbing, because they have more population than us. Because
That is
come
it.
to think, there are people who even know these rights, but because of the circumstances, because of the things they hear and go through, they have conserved that idea only to themselves. So when the benefits come, in order for them to free themselves, they help those who are around them, particularly maybe family or something, and it ends there. But you who is not related to them, you become a victim. So in order to run away from such or to escape this, those of us that are privileged to attend classes like this or attend lectures like this, we should be able to spread the news like wildfire, and like ministers, as ministers of the gospel also as well. We could use an opportunity to stand on our pulpit and spread the gospel, spread this as kind of like a gospel, so that the thing
That is it.
it should go viral, so that the innocent or the ignorant should be informed. Because if you are not informed, you are deformed.
Yes.
That
is why I said,
Dr. Bro,
yes,
is it. Okay. And I didn't want all of you to listen to this. I'm sorry. I was one of the students in Nigeria who have the opportunity to have worked with African Labour Congress, United Nations in my younger age. And I'm going to give every one of us assignment. Dr. Bros, with your permission. Me and Brother Emmanuel, we are already we are working. We don't sleep. We talk 24 hours. We don't want to talk. We want to change things. I'm giving every one of you on this platform and homework. Like me and Brother Emmanuel is working on seriously right now. We don't want to be a student who just come to this school and get knowledge and we put in our suitcase like I did ago. And I came to Sweden. I said, oh, I'm in Sweden. Life is good for me. Let African people fight their battle. Let's stop that. I'm giving every in this group, in your church, have seminars with other churches. Get people to come and work with human, right. I'm going to me and Brother Emmanuel. We are.
But you are saying something, Mama Rose. Is that not what I said from the beginning of the class?
Yeah, Mama, wait.
And I was thinking that if there is a class that should be jam-packed, it should have been this human rights class. But how many did you people bring?
Mama, wait, just listen. Mama, you see, God have mercy. Me and Brother Manuel, we have with you and the provost. Just let that one be. It's an assignment to all of us here now. We, every one of us, you're going to take your ministry where you are, and you're going to have seminar with other ministry. We're going to. It's a movement we are creating.
I said that from the beginning. I even told Emmanuel personally, and he said anything that you want. But then now, it's not like something that when we started this class, that was what I said.
It's not too late.
And I've told you guys, you are not coming here.
It's not too late.
I love what Dr. Dike put on the forum. It's an investment. Even they don't do it, it's not everybody.
Yeah.
I've said it time and again.
Yeah.
It's not to take certificate and keep it and say, oh, I have done human rights. And then now what? Then what? I said this from the beginning.
Yeah.
Everything you guys are doing here, you have to duplicate. That is why your answers you give me in question should not be for me. Because you have an assignment out there. I have an assignment out there. We all have an assignment out there. And when you don't know now, I clearly said it. The word was movement. I shared that on the beginning, and I talked to Pastor Emma before even he traveled. But that is a good thing. You guys can go ahead and take care of that. The thing is,
with the students, you give us the students
when we done
to work together. When
we done,
you guys we're going to have a different forum where we students we meet and we have what they call brainstorming, where we sit down and say, okay, you are in Sierra Leone, you are in Ghana, you are in this, you know.
All right, Mama Rose, let's finish. I have to finish this course today. I'm not moving forward. What you are saying now, I said from the beginning.
The students
repeated it for
we're going to meet and we're going to discuss and
I'm
how
happy
we're
you're
going to go
bringing it
forward.
again. So let's finish this point. And human rights. I told you guys very well, and that's why even the money, the fees is too cheap. It's an industry. If you remember my words, I say it's an industry that is so needed. I repeated those words. It's big and it has not been exploited. I said those words from the first 2 weeks. I repeated myself again and again. I personally talked to Pastor Emma before even he traveled. Okay, whatever we'll do. But again, it is always good to start. But when it gets to down the road, when you need people to come, then they don't, you feel like it's all way down to you. It's a lot that you need. It's a good industry to invest, to exploit it. Human rights is an industry that has not been exploited at all. At all. So thank you for sharing, and after you get all these points, it will even be better for you now. You know, you've educated yourself, you know what to do and what not to do, and when to move ahead and when not to move ahead. All right. So Article 25. Thank you so much, Mommy Rose. Right to adequate standard of living. Let me read so you guys can take that note. Let's try and finish this so we don't come back here next week. We all have the right to a good life, which we are not having. That's the problem. We all have the right to a good life.
25 is the right to food and shelter for all.
Mothers and children, people who are old, unemployed, or disabled, all these people have the right to be catered for. All these people have the right to be catered for.
Say that again, please.
We all have the right to a good life, period. Who are the people? Mostly mothers, children, those that are of age, or people who are old, unemployed, or disabled, and all or disabled. All these people have the right to be kept at for.
Okay.
They have the right to be kept up for. And we are not, we just listen to what Mama Rose said, trillions of naira, they took it and threw, and people are sitting, don't have food. Pastor Omega said the same thing, Cameroon 2022. I mean, well, what's happening with the right then? What's happening with the right? Like they said something, they are not doing it. And I think Prophet Nanga said something. The people that are sitting on it, oh, they don't probably have the capacity or maybe the circumstances that is around them. At one point, I would think that's what it is. But again, they still have to do something if you are up there. Yeah? That's why I said it is good to be educated, because when you are not educated, sensitized, you just be a fool. And the education starts from when you guys graduate from here, and then you start now to have your own, you can come up with your own name. Human rights fighter, human rights this, you come up with your own name and organization, and then partners with other people or other organizations, and to educate people. The more we educate people, the more we fight for it. The reason why people are living the way they are and the rights have been abused, even those that are in the position cannot still meet up with us, because many people don't even know. Go to the street and ask, what is human right? They'll be looking at you like a fool. They'll be looking at you, just do a little survey. They don't know nothing. They'll be looking at you. So when somebody doesn't even know, and then you're coming to want to go and fight, how would they do it? They need to be sensitized. They need to have seminar. They need to have groups in. They need to. That is the reason why you guys are taking this training. I said it again and again. I graduated, and this is me now. I paid $2,000. That's what I paid for this course. But I'm not even doing up to that for my own class now that I'm teaching. So it's a good thing what you shared, Mama Rose. Article 26. The right to education.
Is that 27?
No, that's 26. The right to education. Education is a right, but it's as if it's everybody that goes to school. It's the saying that those in Africa wants to go to school, but they don't even have the means. Then America has it all good with school buses. The school come right in the house. The children still run and go outside. I say we don't want. Life is not balanced, I tell you. Education is a right, period. Primary school should be free. We should learn about the United Nations and how to get on with others. We should get with the United Nations and how to get others to get involved in that. Our parents can choose what we learn from primary. All right? So education is a big thing, but many people don't have the opportunity to go. Primary school should be free. We should learn about the United Nations and how to get on with others. Our parents can choose what we learn. But if you go to the Moroccan side or you go to South Sudan, these are people, some of them have not even seen the 4 words of education. I was in class some four months ago, and this teacher was reading very well, was reading about that this little girl at 5 years was going to fetch water miles upon miles in South Sudan before he can even manage to go to school. But in America, it's not like that. They have it all good. The bathroom, everything is there. Even to go and shower, they don't want. Mercy, Father. So right of education is Article 26. It's a right. So if you start an organization in a particular area and children are not going to school, you as an advocate can stand for that and go and meet the inspector of education and see if they can give you. That's why they give. So I have not gotten no subsidies in human rights for now. And all the only place I'm doing right now, I'm only investing in the life of students to know more in this whole thing, so that they can give you, and then you help now to educate some of the kids, maybe in the villages, they can go to school, you know, because knowledge is power. All right. Education is the right. Primary school should be free. We should learn about the United Nations and how to get on with others. Our parents can choose what we learn in the early stage of life. And Article 27, copyright. Article 27.
Dr. Brooks, I have a worry, please.
Go ahead.
This question goes for you and Pastor Emmanuel and Mama Rose. I, for one, have not been out of the country, and I want to ask this question. Since education is a right, and you have been in Cameroon, the quality of knowledge that is being delivered in the United States of America in schools, is it the same in Cameroon?
I can tell you this. Let me just make this clear to you. Those of us that are coming from Africa are more even educated than them here. The only thing they're more than you and me is their technology.
Okay.
That is why when you come out from Africa, you come here, if you cannot pass an exam, you're a fool. You're a big fool. I say it. In back home, I graduated from there. For all levels alone, you have geography, right?
Yes.
Geography has how many courses on its own? You have geomorphology in high school. You have meteorology. You have physical education, physical geography, human geography. All of those. Geography alone has like 10, 15 sections. Geography. America, for where? They don't even know them. They don't even teach them. Is that what you want to hear? Hear it. Big thing where they for this country now, hospital nurse. They don't know their history like that. They're not teaching them. For some reason, I don't know why. Maybe they don't want the black people to revolt. I don't know. So the only thing I can tell you, and I want to make this clear. The Europeans or the westernized world are very afraid of Africa. I have to tell you the truth.
Amen.
The problem is if Africa can just unite, forget it. And that's why they are so afraid of our black brothers, African Americans who are here. There is an extreme strength that God put in this body, this color here. It's not a joke. Amen. We are loaded, brain-wise. And I was in school. When I was in school for my criminal justice degree, I was telling most of our African American classmates, go to school, please. Finish your degree, please. It's important. Get it and don't even get a job. Just get it. They see you guys, you guys don't want to go to school. Most of the offices are owned by the Caucasians, but it's not like that. Just go to school. It's important. So don't think that because we are here in America, they are smarter than no. I break the records, not be joke. Okay? I don't cross Atlantic Ocean to come here and sit down because you go to class. No. I graduated, I had 4 awards. There's what they call summa cum laude. I was on that stage, the only Africa, yes, on that stage. My GPA, 444. What are you talking about? Travel, not travel. I don't know if I answer your question.
Thank you for that response, Dr. Brooks.
Yes. No, I don't look them like say they overknow. They don't know. I will tell you that. They don't know the even history. History, we are doing history. You do Cameroon history. You do African history. You do European history. You do American history. Only one person he hates. Answering.
Only one exam.
Huh?
So to write only one exam, you do all the
Only
history.
one exam, and at the same time, you're answering it all. Because when you enter for class of history, you open section for African history, European history, Cameroon history. This one you go read, and then let me tell you another sweet thing, Prophet Omega. America, they will tell you places that they give exam. Where in Africa have you seen that? Show me.
No.
They tell you go and read here. Yeah, I ask question. Who go pay for Africa? Who go fail? If that person fail, na mumu. Say they want give you GC. They tell you, say, go read this place. Go read this place. You read wild like a mad dog. You don't even know what you become. You just do not to go. I bet they have it so cheap here for education. So nice. Please. And I even try. It's because we don't just have the computer like they do. We know it's not like easy like to have it like that. Education here is sweet, simple, very simple. But I like the way we were trained. We are very versatile. Everywhere we know everything. So when you fly, come here, you're not gonna be like a novice. You will tell them about their own history in their own country because you know they don't know your own. They don't see you stay for 3. What a shame. I beg. Let's proceed.
Thank you, Dr. Brooks.
You're welcome. We can still make it even when not come for America. Article 27, right? I talked on what? Copyright.
For sure.
Copyright. Copyright is a special law. It's a special law that protects one's own artist, like in songs. When you use a certain song in YouTube, you have to claim that you are not using it for business. Okay? If you write books, copyright is a special law that protects one's own artistic creation and writing. Like I'm writing a book right now. That's why you will have to, there's what they call plagiarism. I posted on the forum for those of you that will be writing your thesis for master student and projects. Wherever you get information, you must quote the person. You write, yes. If it is in the place of the book, if it was page 10, you put there page 10, so that whosoever is reading that article will go there and find it. Then they don't say you took their stuff and sue you. All right?
All right.
Others cannot make copies without permission. If some of you have seen my book, it's saying nothing can be taken out of here without permission. So if I take, like I defended on my dissertation, I have most of my write-up Papa Suleiman, you know, I have almost 70 books of Papa Suleiman that I have. I buy them. There is nothing, I don't go to his program, I don't buy it. Even I don't even go, I order it. When you know a man or you want to really get yourself close to person, read their book. I have that of Dr. Miles Monroe. I have my spiritual mother, Dr. Bailey. Some of you guys will see her book. Most of the people, I have for Dr. Sandy Trin, Papa Adeboye. I have, you cannot say, oh, I love Dr. Brooks. You don't even have one book of Dr. Brooks on your shelf and you are her student. Now, you are deceiving yourself. There's no connection. Stop lying. Pastor Nobu is here. She has all my books. All of it. She has all my books. Yeah, she has it. She's waiting for the new ones to come, and then she buys. You know. So if you go into my book, you will see I make it there. Copyright this, that. Don't pull this. So it's just even you yourself when you write your own book. I mean, you don't want someone to take everything as if it is there. You give them credit. That's what it is. You give them credit. Make copies without permission. It's not right. So we all have the right to own to our own way of life and to enjoy the good things that art, science, and learning brings. You can use somebody's ideas, you can use somebody a book that you have read, but the right to copyright is a right to cultural, artists, and scientific life, if you want to coin it. All right.
Amen.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
So we move to 28, Article 28. Right to free and fair wear. The wall, not fair wear by, not that one, well, WORLD. The right or right to a free and fair well. We think that the world is really free and fair. Is it true? The answer is no. It's not free and fair well, even though it's a right. In so many ways, you can see that people causing problem. That's why those of us that are taking this course, and we are also theologians, it is good. David cried in Psalms 35, plead my cause, O Lord. The world is not free like that. Plead my cause, O Lord. If you read Psalms 109, it's a very dangerous psalm for those that commit crime, for those enemy. That David cry again, let their children be vagabond, take their wife, their husband, let their when they stand for prayer, let their prayer not be. That is a serious one, because they are to pain. And as you can see, in the world of understanding, the Bible says the whole world lieth. I posted something this morning on my one of my books on the status. First John chapter 5 verse 19. He said the whole world lieth in what? In wickedness. Yeah. If the whole world lieth in wickedness, then there's really no free will. Because you look at yourself, you didn't do nobody anything, but they cause you problem. There must be proper order so we all can enjoy rights and freedom in our own country. You and me can see that people who have money will label you and punish you even for something that you don't do, even on the road that you are driving. Somebody will cut you, and then you think that the police will come there. You who is now racist show up. Is that really a fair and a free will? I don't see it. Again, all of us back to what Mama Rose was saying. It's paining her. It's paining. But then what do we have to do? We all have to bundle ourselves here and get educated and do something. Amen? So if you want to write, there must be proper order so we all enjoy rights and freedom in our own country and all over the world. That's Article 28.
So we all enjoy
Rights and freedoms in our own country and all over the world. And all over the world, period. Article 29. Who is coming to class at this time? Blanding for real? If your student enter your class at this time for real, Blanding. Yeah, Article 29. Responsibility. Responsibility. Takum, I was asking, you are a professor yourself, you are a teacher. If a student come to class at this hour, will you let that student in?
No.
Okay. Article 29, responsibility. Duty to your community. In other words, that's what it means, okay? We have duty to other people and we should project their rights and freedom. I will use Dr. Noble. Permit me, Dr. Noble. She has a ministry which she works with men and women in the prison, in the community, in the shelter. I mean, Dr. Noble, I know that you have been doing this even when you got your degree for counseling. You've been doing all those. You got your degree in theology and also chaplaincy. You've been doing all these things, but you didn't have paper. We are living in a world that likes paper, and I cannot just wait to visualize and visit you when you open your little office, as big as it can be in the eyes of God. Man can say, it's just one little place like that, but it's big. You've started something. And you put now your certificate and then you make your card and people start coming to you. Because you've been doing all this, the Dr. Noble, for more than 30 years. You even carry them in the car. You carrying clothes I've known you now for like almost maybe 15 years. And this is how I've known you. So I think this is a great thing for you because you've always worked in the community, in the prison, in the shelter, in the hospital, everywhere. Dr. Nobles is there. May God bless you, man. So this is you right here, Article 29. When you start doing that, you know what you are doing. Responsibility. We have a duty to other people, and we should protect them or protect their rights and freedom. And the mighty one, yay! The very last one. Article 30, are we there?
Yes,
we there.
Yes, ma'am.
Article 30. No one can take away your human rights. But it seems like it has been taken already. Rights are inalienable. Inalienable. Okay? So Article 30 says no one can take away your human rights.
Amen.
That is it, Article 30. Nobody should take it away from you. Nobody, no other human being. We can agree to disagree, but do not make me like a fool. Don't treat me like I'm not even existing. That is how the right of some people. I mean, we saw the other one for slavery. You treated like less a person. And a good example I want to talk here is for this right, Martin Luther King Jr. This is what it says. Please write. I know some of you will have the quote, like Pastor Emma, he does research a lot as well. Listen to this. Martin Luther King Jr. wrote, in quote, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So in other words, wherever there is an injustice, it's a threat that justice is supposed to be on that paper. Then now we're not getting it. You can't be quiet as a human rights advocate in this class. And the changes will only start with a person like you and me who have been educated. I added that. It wasn't him. All right.
No, I was like, that's not okay. All right. I was like, this is not a quote of Dr. King, but okay, maybe I never read the entire.
No, I added that. So put beside Dr. Brooks.
You got me lost for like a minute.
Huh?
You got me question my intelligence for just like a minute. I'm like, I know.
Yes.
Please, can you repeat that, Dr. Brooks?
I know you do a lot of quotes. So injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
Your own.
End quote. Underneath,
Your own.
Dr. Brooks is saying change starts with a person like those that are in the class to make this quote manifest. That's me.
Change.
I did not say Martin Luther. That's just you. Another good person, another Pastor Emma knows. Mahatma Gandhi.
Change start for those in this class. Mama, we didn't finish the first one.
Change start with a person.
Always.
Like those in this class to complete what he said. Martin Luther Jr. Dr. Martin Luther Jr. Pay attention on those quotes. I will ask you them. Please do not tell me I did not teach you. Please.
Change start with a person.
Change start. Like who has a complete sentence can read it out. If you don't have a change starts with a person.
Like those in this class to complete what Martin Luther
in this class. There you go. Thank you, Prophet Nanji. Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi. This is what he wrote.
Please, the spell of Mahatma Gandhi.
No. It's another quote. All of this is under Article 30, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
I'm giving you these quotes. There are for reasons. I'm not just giving you them.
In the world you want to see.
You ready?
Ready.
Mahatma Gandhi said, describe non-violence as, in quotes, describe non-violence as, put a inverted comma open, inverted comma, the greatest force at disposal of mankind. The greatest force at the disposal of mankind. It is mightier than the mightiest weapon of destruction. If you are lost, let me know. It's a little bit long.
Spelling of ganja.
Mahatma Gandhi described non-violence as the greatest force at the disposal of mankind, period. That's how he described it. And then he went ahead to say, it is mightier than the mightiest weapon of destruction. There was something I wanted to ask. Do you know what this guy was? Because they talk about Mahatma Gandhi a lot. Do you know what his job was?
No, ma.
Freedom fighter.
He was a
Freedom fighter.
And
he was an Indian lawyer.
And also a freedom fighter. Was an Indian lawyer, but also a freedom fighter.
Yeah, Indian lawyer. He was an Indian lawyer. And I mean, what are we doing? Political, what will you expect? Who to fight? You know, human right is a whole cause. They were doing human right first, like it has to be only for lawyers. So you can't do law without human rights. It's not like right now that, like I said, the industry is really like broad, which has not even been exploited. And today we have the opportunity to like.
Dr. Brooks, I will be leaving soon because 30 minutes to my other class, and it's my last day in that class.
You can go now. The class is recorded. Don't be late, Mama, please. Go, go, go.
No, I don't want to miss anything. I don't want to be pained by you.
No, you can go. I mean, this is the last, but Mahatma Gandhi, that's what he said. He said the greatest force at the disposal of mankind, and then period. It is the mightier, it is mightier than the mightiest weapon of destruction. It is mightier. It is mightier. Read it again. It is mightier than the mightiest. And the mightiest. It is mightier than the mightiest. Weapon of destruction. Weapon of destruction. Devised by ingenuity of man. Devised by ingenuity of man. By ingenuity of man. ingenuity of man. Inverted comma close. He was talking of non-violence. That's what he was talking about.
Yeah, because I was kind of like, okay, I heard that before, but it was a little bit different.
Yeah.
Now you confirm actually, because it did start with non-violence is, but you know, you start with the
Yes.
greater force. So that's why I was a little bit, but you know, perturbed.
I've even posted it on the forum
But
for you all.
you
Okay?
you basically put me back on the track. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. It said non-violence is the greatest force of the disposer of mankind. It is mightier than the mightiest weapon of destruction devised by the ingenuity of man. That's what it is. So another person, so that Mama Rose can go, is Cesar Chavez. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. These are people who are fighting for freedom. But are we really there? We're really enjoying it. Cesar is CESAR. And then Chavez. Cesar Chavez was an American labor leader, okay? Know that. And when I give you those names, if I ask you, don't tell me you don't know. Muhammad Gandhi is Indian lawyer and again freedom fighter. Cesar Chavez is an American labor leader, all right? It's more to him, more. Mexican at
You
the
say
same
what
time.
is his name? Caesar.
Cesar, yes, Papa. It's CES.
Oh,
Yes,
Cesar Chavez.
Chavez.
Okay. It's Chavez.
Mexican American farmer, worker. That's who he is. I'm telling you, Mexican American farmer worker labor leader and a civil rights activist. If I read that statement, Mexican American farmer worker labor leader and civil rights activist, I said, who is that person? I'm looking for Cesar Chavez. I'm telling you guys now.
Come again, ma'am. Mexican American labor leader.
farmer worker, labor leader,
How do you
and civil rights.
how do you spell his last name?
CHAVEZ.
Chavez. It's Chavez.
Chavez. I mean, whichever one, that's okay. This is his quote. This is his quote. Once social changes begin, it cannot be reversed.
Reverse.
I like that.
Once social changes begins, it cannot be reversed. You cannot uneducate the person who has learned to read.
That's the following on the quote.
Yes, it's a little bit long.
You cannot
uneducate the person who has learned to read. I'm telling you, we have work to do. Somebody who knows, he knows. Still the quote continue. You cannot uneducate the person who has learned to read, period. You cannot humiliate the person who feels pride. You cannot humiliate the person who feels pride, period. You cannot humiliate him or her.
You cannot
You cannot
humiliate or
humiliate. Yes,
humiliate. How do you spell that?
HUMILIATE. Humiliate, like to humiliate someone.
Oh,
Yes,
humiliate.
humiliate.
Okay.
The person who feels pride, period. Pride,
feels-
PRIDE.
Okay. Perfect.
And then the last is a little bit long. You cannot oppress the people who are not afraid anymore. Who are those? Africa. Those students
You
who are
cannot
in human
oppress-
rights, you cannot oppress them anymore. No,
You cannot oppress those who are what?
you cannot oppress the people who are not afraid anymore. I already know the truth. You cannot oppress me. Student in human rights, global human rights defense advocacy organization. You cannot oppress them. They already know. They have learned. They're educated. So just do what you have to do right. That's what it is. Are we on the same page?
Yes,
Good.
ma'am.
Mr. Chavez, but the man.
He was, seriously. He was the guy.
He worked with Dorothy.
He was, for me, I see him as a social movement guy, even though he's coined under labor movement, you know. And if you read his quote, it's tied with that of Martin Luther. They were the earlier generation who reunited in part by the United Farm Workers. Whenever you see UFW, it's United Farm Workers. These are the people led by the labor union activist Cesar Chavez. He was committed to non-violence, change, and injustice, inspired by Martin Luther and Mahatma Gandhi. These are very important people you should know in human rights, okay?
Yeah, I did not know him, but I did know Dolores.
I didn't hear you.
I'm saying that I was not aware of him, of Chavez, but I was aware of Dolores Huerta, because she also was one of the leader in labor union. Yeah, in labor union, very strong activist, Mexican American activist. Also Huerta. So yeah.
And in conclusion, that we are done. We'll close that quote. So they did not. They did not really do what they wanted to do. We all know that they were killed like Martin Luther Jr., right? But you and me have an advantage. Most of them lack, like what Mama Rose was saying. At that time, this freedom was not really there for human rights. Many people are not educated. So human rights are today articulated and generally accepted. So you now can stand, like the question Mama Rose was asking. Those who came before did make a difference. And so you and me now have that right to move forward.
Yeah, because you see, you mentioned that they did not have an advantage that we have today, and the biggest advantage that they did not have was was social media.
Correct.
There was the social media, the
impact we can reach out to many people.
Yeah, the impact of social media, because they were the people, based on your statement, there was the people who were formed under a certain leadership, in terms of like they come under Martin Luther King's and all those great leaders, but they did not have the platform that they had. Was a small platform because they couldn't reach globally. So that's what today just one quote, one quote of one of those people on social media go viral without even knowing who the
Yes.
person is. It's just because it touches a certain demography of people that did not even know the author of that quote, because it reached out to them properly, because it's the situation they are living at the moment and they are facing. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Brooks. Thank you.
You're welcome. This is it for the 30 articles. You don't have to memorize it, but you can fix it and put it in your room, in your kitchen. But as a human rights advocate, I charge you, make it very nice, print it, put it in your office or your little place that you sit. When people call you, you know what to say to them. And you saw, you learned also about, what's his name? What's his name? Somebody should give it to me. Good student. The one that changes color. It will come to your test.
Yeah. Oh my
You
God.
all know him.
Oh my God. Yeah, I read. Yeah, we just read the book. He did a social event and changed his color from white to black.
Correct.
For the book. Oh my God, the book is. Oh my God.
Well, everybody answer the question. Why are they not talking? Why you guys leave only Pastor Emma to struggle? Huh? So you guys don't remember?
Trying to recall the name.
Hey. But that means if it was a test now, you failed. And then you guys will say Dr. Brooks is putting people at the spot.
It was John Holbert. What is John Holbert? Something of that sort.
Huh?
John Hall something. I don't know how to pronounce it. That's spell it in
Hey,
Nigerian.
Jesus.
No, it wasn't.
Talking about something you watched the movie, something you wrote, you did a test, you wrote to me. I even gave you guys. Hey.
John Walter Graffin.
Huh?
John Griffin.
Oh my.
John Walter Graffin.
I didn't hear you.
It was John Griffin.
John Walter Graffin.
I thought you guys would remember. If you can't remember, you don't even need to call the minute. Just John Griffin. And I should spell it for him.
That's his name.
When I ask now for test, you guys will start telling me you have not read. You don't know this. Are you like serious? Are you like finish and just go and keep your book and just wait again? Let her come. Well, if you don't pass, you will not get your certificate.
I just pay. John Walter Graffin. That was his name.
Yeah, that is it. I'm just saying that if you don't pass, you take the class again.
It's not John Walter, it's Howard Griffin.
That's what I'm saying, that is Griffin. I gave an example. I say, you talking of John. Mama Rose was even saying Griffin is not, it's an American name. I know. You guys wrote a paper on that. If you don't pass, you fail. I'm not giving you certificate. Sorry. You don't
Thank
get to
you.
sit up in the class and take it. So go and study everything that we have learned. We have a test next week. Part of it, I will not complete everything in the exam. At the end, we will do human rights on disability. I will teach on that and then teach on human trafficking. And then we'll take the final. And I'm telling you in all. If I have this question, I just ask you now, Griffin, you don't know. If I ask you those quotes, you don't know. It's your business. And a pass must be from 70 upwards. I'm not taking 50. Any question? Who was our Griffin's father?
Who was Griffin's father? Did we talk about his father?
He's there.
Oh, his father actually was what Pastor Mega was saying, John Walter.
That is what it is. The mother.
The father was John Walter.
Okay, yes. The father was Walter. The mother was Lena. Lena Mary.
The wife.
Oh yeah, you're right. I know that it was Lee something.
Yes.
Lime.
The father was Walter. The mother was Lena. He himself was Howard Griffin.
Yeah, Howard.
Okay.
So what was his job?
He was a journalist.
He was a journalist. He was a writer.
Yeah, he was a journalist, and he became an activist by doing what he did, the social experience that he did. He became a very strong activist.
Related with the exam. Some of you are not quite answering. You are leaving them to talk. You are there only fighting to write the right question.
And also, he's
you are leaving only Pastor Man and Prophet to talk. You are there copying questions because we know Mama Group. I love you all. The meeting has ended today. Great students. Love you. If you don't pass, you take the test again. 70 upwards. Go and learn everything I have taught from day one.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
John Howard was the one who wrote Black Like Me.
Pastor Emma is still going. Where, Pastor Emma?
I like the man. I like the man.
You will write. You guys will write. And remember the quotes as well.